Hello and welcome back to my channel, How We Move the Decimal. And it's been a really long time and I have excuses, I promise. And also I'm going to apologize. You're going to hear a train in the background. We live very close to train tracks. I can do nothing about it. In this video, am listing items to sell on eBay. If you looked at the top runner when I turned this on, it said July 9th. So this video I've been keeping for a while. I just haven't had time to voice over it. And some of these have already sold. One of them sold this past weekend. So where have I been? What have I been doing to I think I have 100 subscribers now. So awesome. School started. So I have 3 kids and school started. Anybody who has children knows the first 2 months of school is just pure chaos fever dream. I don't know what's going on. I am recording this mid-October. We are finally settling a little bit. Sports for the fall have stopped. I have a winter lull, thank God, because my kids don't play any winter sports. And I don't start up again till March, which is nice. However, I have band and choir and theater and all of that stuff still going on. But I can still have time to do this. Also, this semester, my job did increase, and it might possibly increase again next semester. This is completely temporary. I did not get a new job. I am just the emergency protocol, so to speak. But I've been working all day. So my job, I start at 7:30 in the morning, and I pick my kids up from school a little after 3, and that's when I'm home, and then I'm running around driving them everywhere. Anyway, excuses. This is a reason I am a part-time reseller. This is a reason I am not a full-time reseller. And I really like having health insurance, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So I put my store on vacation the first 2 weeks of October. The reason I did that is because we were in Disney World. I put it on vacation the week before we left because I did not want to deal with shipping right before we left. I did not want to deal with unpaid items and possibly having to take something with me to ship. I've done that before when we've gone on vacation. I learned my lesson. So my advice to you would be to not have go ahead and put your store on vacation a couple days early, just in case you get an unpaid item and they pay right before you leave. Granted, most places have, post offices and stuff, and I did take my computer on vacation with me because of my other job, but I didn't take a printer, and that can be an issue. So my store was on vacation for 2 weeks. Leading up to that, it was pretty slow because I hadn't listed anything new for about a month. It was still rolling though, because any listings that were ending in a day, I would go ahead and end them and sell similar. It is not perfect. It is a stopgap. This is not something I would do or suggest to do instead of listing new items. But if you don't have the ability to list new items, don't have new items to list, maybe in a hurry, go ahead and end the listings that are going to end anyway and sell similar. I think eBay acknowledges that it's store activity, but I think they also acknowledge it's not new activity. I have no proof to this, but I personally will get more sales to my eBay account if I'm actively listing new items versus ending old items. But it still keeps my eBay algorithm happy if I am ending items and relisting. I, of course, didn't do any of that for 2 weeks while I was on vacation. I didn't want to take a chance of messing with vacation mode. I did not let buyers buy anything while I'm on vacation, mainly because I didn't want to answer questions. And I didn't want to be like, thanks for buying my item, I'll ship it out in 10 days. So and my sales took a hit. We got back from Disney, and anybody who has ever been to Disney, it's just a petri dish, and I was sick, so I'm finally feeling better. Unfortunately, now my husband is sick, but it was not the vid. We tested and tested over again. Apparently, there's just normal sicknesses still, and I got that. Granted, it's probably stress running around, touching things 100 other people touched, but I didn't do anything. However, this past weekend, I did clean off our dining room table, basically put it all on the floor because, yeah, and started photographing again. As of right before we left on vacation, I had burned through all my photographs. So those of you that have watched my previous videos, my process is, and this is not a perfect process for everybody, but my process is to, one, buy the items, to wash the items. If they're new with tags, I do not wash them, but I will steam them, especially if they need a refresher. I will do all that. I will put them in tubs. Then I will bring a tub up at a time and photograph it. I will take an entire weekend and photograph as much as I can. So this past weekend, I was able to photograph 3 full tubs. Unfortunately, also when going through this, I will get them under my lights that are very bright, and I will find that some clothes is damaged. Maybe it was hemmed and I didn't realize it. Or sometimes it's just missing a tag, and honestly at this point, it's not worth my time if I don't know what size it is. It has to be a pretty pricey item for me to still sell it without a size tag, because I've noticed in the past a lot of things come back to me if they don't have size tags. So I usually end up with 1, maybe 2 garbage bags full of clothes to donate. If they are damaged, I do not donate them to a thrift store. They don't want that. They don't need that. Don't donate damaged items to thrift stores. They just end up having to put them in their dumpsters, and that's just not nice. Also, these pants on the screen, these Adidas pants, just sold this week. I took a best offer on them. I think I took $34 on them. I was okay with that. They're gone. They were new with tags. I got them at the bins. They're super light. I think I paid $2.10 because it's $1.19 per pound at the bins I go to. Well, it's a little more than that, but I have their savers cards. So for me, it's $1.19 a pound. So I was able to take a cut on that, and that was fine. It was gone. It's not in my house anymore. So back to what I was saying. Usually when I'm going through these tubs, if I go through 3 or 4 tubs, I'll have 1 to 2 bags of clothes that are damaged. With those damaged clothes, I don't know if you guys have this in their area, if it's a Midwest thing, but there's for-profit donation bins, and a lot of times those are just donated for fabric weight. They're not donated to be resold. So I will donate it to that. I will just drop them in the bins. This is just the damaged stuff. Now, if it's just missing a size tag, I will donate that to a thrift store. But if there is a rip or a stain or something, I will donate that to the for-profit bins, which is fine with me. I am completely and totally okay with that. If it is and those of you that have looked at my stuff before, if it's bed sheets or linens and stuff, that I do sell vintage of those. If they're damaged beyond repair, they usually go to our local animal shelter. They love towels, sheets, blankets, because they go through them so quickly, they get ruined, they have to throw them away, and they are not picky about it. So I will separate those out and donate it. I know that's an extra step, and that's taking more time, and that unfortunately is one of the downfalls to reselling, is what do we do with the stuff we don't resell? Do we, I'm now driving to a thrift store to donate it if they're accepting donations. I am donating it to a for-profit bin, and then I'm donating other stuff to our local animal control, which are not located anywhere near each other in my town. If it is kitchen items, we have a local, not a food pantry, but something where individuals that are just starting out, who have left abusive relationships, who are now living on their own, can go and get items. So they take houseware items, dishes, lamps, furniture, not plushy furniture though. So a table, they would take, a recliner, they would not. So I can donate things there. Again, that's adding another place on my plate to go and have to return all these things, which can be a hassle. And some people don't want to do that. Some people just throw it away. I feel incredibly guilty throwing things away. Would it make my life easier? Yes. Does my house look like a hoarder? Yes. Do I have bags of clothes right now that I need to donate waiting by my living room door? Yes. Do I know what to do with them? No, I haven't decided. And it's like raining and gloomy right now, and I'm just really unmotivated. They've been there since this weekend, but I'm trying really, like, it's not a New Year's resolution because it is October, but my business goal for the upcoming year is to treat my house better. Those of us that do resell have, maybe not treat our houses, our wardrobes, or ourselves that nicely. The amount of clothes I wear that are damaged that I can't sell, but they're my size and I feel guilty about it, that's a lot. My house has so much death piles in it. We have an entire room that's unusable. And when you have 3 kids and 2 adults in a house, you don't really have the room to have an unusable room. So this year, I'm going to treat my house better, treat myself better, and get things out that I don't need. Part of that is going through my death pile. Part of that is listing things just to get them out of the way. If I like the 3 or 4 tubs of clothes I photographed this weekend, I have 2 bags of clothes that were just taking up space that are going to be donated. I can't even sell them. That is not money. I know for a lot of resellers, even myself, I will look at the piles of stuff I have that I haven't listed as money. I can't give that away. It's money. I need to list it. It's money. Well, if I've had it for 5 years and it's not selling, or I haven't got around to listing it, it's not money. It's trash. And I need to get it out. I need to stop holding on to things because it's money. I know. And it's not even the money I spent on it, because some of the stuff I spent literally change on it, but it's staying in my house and taking up space. It is cluttering my mind. It's cluttering my house. So my goal this year is to reclaim my house, to get my eBay business down to where my garage is, where I have everything stored, except for the stuff that has to be climate controlled, like slides and books. I don't like putting books in my garage just because I don't know how much moisture is in my garage. So I like to put books in climate control, and I like to put slides in climate control, things I don't want moisture to affect, or things where severe hot or severe cold would have an issue with it. Everything else, I have 3 kind of 3 shelving units. I have 2.5 shelving units in my garage, large shelving units that take up an entire wall. I would like to get my eBay business to those 2 shelving units. Does that mean I'm going to have less items listed in my store? Yes. But I think I can have around 700 items listed and only use those shelves. I cannot grow. I'm not expanding. I have no goals of that anyway. So I need to get rid of the stuff that hasn't sold. I did not do that in my July inventory this year because summer was so busy for us. I am going to actually end up doing an inventory in December, right before January 1st, and just getting rid of stuff that I've held on to. I have some stuff that has been listed for 7 years and hasn't sold. I don't need that. It's wasting space in my store. It's wasting space in my garage, in my house. Plus, I have like a self-serving reason to get my garage cleaned up and my downstairs cleaned up. I want a new washing machine, like really bad. My washing machine error codes, I found a way to get around it. But again, that goes back to treating yourself nicely, wearing clothes with holes in them, wearing clothes that are damaged because, why not? We just got a new dishwasher, and I'll talk about that in another video. We were using a dishwasher that was pretending to be a dishwasher. It had not really washed dishes in about 6 months, and then it stopped. So we broke down and got a new dishwasher. It has changed my life. The dishwasher we were using was from 1992. It was never washing I've come to the conclusion, since we've lived in our house, which is 11 years, it was never washing our dishes. It was impersonating a dishwasher. So my washing machine, my clothes washing machine, keeps error coding. I found a way to rinse and spin on a separate cycle and get it to stop error coding. Why? Why do that? I am lucky enough I have the ability to afford a new washing machine right now. Will I be able to afford it in 6 months? Probably not. So right now I can afford a new washing machine. However, we cannot get to the laundry room through the garage, which you have to do to put a new washing machine in with all the shit I have in there right now. So my goal is to move all that so I can get a new washing machine. And this is running over. I'm so sorry. Also, when I stayed at the VRBO when we were in Florida, they had a top load washing machine and it was amazing. I want a top load washing machine so bad. I have a front load washing machine in my garage where apparently you put washing machines. However, we live in central Illinois and whenever it freezes, my unheated garage will freeze the seal around the door on my washing machine and flood my entire garage. It's ridiculous. So I really want a top load washing machine. And to do that, I have to get rid of stuff. I have to purge because my garage needs to be clean because I need to get to that washing machine. Thank you for listening to my video. I promise I'll be more consistent. Maybe I won't. I have no idea. I don't have my life together. Please like and subscribe.